Hey guys, Bushcraft Jerry here, and I'm going to do another video today. This is going to be another inside the shop video. What we're making today is a takedown bucksaw. I know there's a million videos on the internet how to make one. Corporal's Corner has one. Dave Canterbury has one, if not a couple. He probably has more than one. Anyway, I digress. But I'm going to make one, and I need to do videos, so I might as well just make a video of me doing it, because I'm going to make it anyway. Okay, so let's get started. So what we're going to need is obviously a saw blade. Now, one of the advantages of having a takedown saw is that you can take it down and it takes up less room in your pack than an actual bow saw will. So this isn't going to be a true bushcraft video, because what I got today is from the hardware store. And I got a 1-inch dowel rod, and what's this one? And a 5/8 dowel rod. Anyway, so like I said, it won't be a true bushcraft video, but it's oriented towards having bushcraft gear, but with a little ingenuity, you can do things differently where you could make one in the field. It wouldn't be that hard to do. So first thing I'm going to do is cut this dowel rod down to size. And what you want to do is you don't want anything thinner than a 1-inch rod. You want it at least 1 inch in diameter. I think otherwise it would be too weak and it won't be strong enough. And also, I don't think your grip would be very nice. And you want it the length of your saw blade. So let's see if I can do this correctly. So my saw blade is 21 inches, so I cut these posts at post handles, I guess, at 21 inches. But my 5/8 piece of dowel rod, I'm going to cut longer, and I'm going to cut it at 23 inches. And you'll see why in a few minutes here. So I cut my 5/8 piece of dowel rod at 23 inches. I had every intention of videotaping that, but I forgot to hit the record button on my phone. So, but I'm sure you guys trust me, I cut it at 23 inches. So, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, the 1-inch piece of dowel rod, and I'm going to make a slit in the middle. So what will happen is when I'm done is I'll be able to stick the saw blade into the slit that I created. We're going to do that with both pieces of dowel rod. So here's where you have a couple of options. You can put your saw blade in the slit you made. And what you could do in the field is find a branch or a stick or something that'll fit through this hole, and that'll keep it from being pulled out. Once you have tension, once you tighten the saw, it won't come out. You could probably even carve out a little U-shaped here, so there's even more tension on the stick. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put a bolt in. But that's what you could do if you want to bushcraft it. Okay, so now we're starting to look like a saw, but we're not quite there yet. So now I'm going to go 11.5 inches up and drill a hole all the way through. So there you have the basic shape of the saw. What you could do in a bushcraft situation is carve a V-notch into here and sharpen this and carve the end of this into a V, and then carve a V-notch into here and do the same thing over here, and then you wouldn't need to drill a hole. Okay, so I had this part filmed. I had it on my phone. It just the video file just wouldn't transfer from the phone to the computer. So here I am refilming this part. So there, I took a piece basically. So this is the basic shape of my saw. And what I did is I took a piece of paracord and looped it around the top part of the saw. So what I'm going to do next is tie a fisherman's knot. So a fisherman's knot is basically, I think it's called a pretzel knot or a handover knot here and here. And then you're just going to pull it tight. And then from here, you're going to grab, this is a cut-off piece, the piece I had left over from the 5/8 dowel rod. And you're just going to jam it in between the two strings. And from here, you're just going to start twisting. So the more I twist, the tighter the rope comes, and it's going to start pulling this arm in this way and this arm in that way, which is going to result in that blade getting tightened out and more tension on the blade, which is going to keep in place. All right, so there I have my Takedown Bucksaw, and this is super easy to take down. All you would do is untwist this, loosen off the string, pull the handles out of here, and take your blade apart. And boom, you can store it up into a really small package. So there you have the Bucksaw in its taken down form. From here, you can just grab an old pair of pants or anything and use the pant legs to make a pouch for it. And what else you can do from here is grab a piece of old garden hose and slide this saw blade inside. Or alternatively, you could put duct tape over the teeth, or you could probably even house it inside of an old bike tire or something. Bike tire tube, I should say. And that'll keep your saw blade from chopping up and wrecking the pouch you have for your saw, or if you just want to tie it all up together and keep it in your pack like this. If you have the saw blades covered and protected, it'll keep the saw blades from chopping up what is inside of your pack or a pouch, whatever you decide on. So that was how I made my Takedown Bucksaw. There's a million of other ways to do it, and it's way simpler than I did it, and I did a few things wrong. That didn't turn out perfect, but that's okay. It's my first time doing this. I want to direct you guys over to Corporal's Corner and watch his video where he makes a bushcraft takedown bucksaw, and all he uses, I think he uses like a Victorinox knife and like the saw and a Victorinox knife, and a Mora fixed blade to make what I just made here today. And does a completely bushcraft, uses limbs from trees, and it's really cool how he does it. So I would definitely recommend that you check out his video too of how you can make what I made today, but do it simpler without power tools, and you can do it in the field. If you go out into the woods with just the saw blade, you can buy it at any hardware store, and a good fixed blade knife, and just the saw from a Swiss Army knife, you can make what I made here today out in the field, way simpler. So I would definitely recommend that you go check out Corporal's Corner. Just search Corporal's Corner, a takedown saw or a takedown bucksaw. I'll try to put a link in the description. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys sticking this out. And if you're new, hit like, hit subscribe, so you see more of my projects coming up. For you guys that have been following me for a while, my local thrift stores just opened up again. So we're going to start doing thrift store treasures again really soon. We'll have a couple of videos planned for that. And also we're going to do more backyard bushcraft series too. So we kind of dropped the bushcraft, the backyard bushcraft series. We're going to pick those up again. And we're also going to pick up thrift store treasures, which I left off because of the thrift store closed due to COVID. But that's open now. No more, so we can keep doing that series. And also we're gonna do some, start doing some overnighters too now. I know it's winter, but we're gonna start doing overnighters too. I have a spot picked out and I've been working on a shelter there. And yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate everything you do. Take care, guys.